Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're looking for a movie that will really grab your attention, but you don't know what to choose? Do you want something powerful, dramatic, memorable? Today, I've prepared a selection of movies that leave a mark on your soul and make you think. You'll find stories based on real events, powerful acting, and deep plots. Stay until the end so you don't miss a single recommendation. The Two Popes is a 2019 biographical drama film directed by Fernando Meirelles and starring Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce. The film centers on fictional meetings between Pope Benedict XVI and Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio amid the Vatican leak scandal. Benedict seeks to convince Bergoglio to remain in the church while he himself considers abdicating. Through their dialogue, their differing views on the role of the church in the modern world are revealed. The film received critical acclaim, with Hopkins and Pryce particularly praised for their outstanding performances. It holds a high score on Rotten Tomatoes, with reviewers noting that the film is genuinely beautifully acted and feels like a stage play in the best sense. However, some critics have noted that the film lacks depth in its coverage of certain aspects of the recent history of the Catholic Church. I personally found the film impressive in its ability to show the humanity and internal contradictions of two church leaders. It makes you think about the complexity of decision-making at the highest level, and how personal beliefs affect the fate of millions of believers. I recommend The Two Popes to anyone interested in the inner workings of the Vatican and the relationship between tradition and the need for change.
Perhaps we'll find God over there on the journey. I'll introduce you to him.
TikTok Boom is a 2021 biographical musical film, Lin-Manuel Miranda's directorial debut, about the life of composer Jonathan Larson. The film takes us to New York City in 1990, where Jonathan, approaching his 30th birthday, is working on the musical Superbia, hoping for a breakthrough in his career. However, his personal life is complicated. His girlfriend Susan is tired of his constant workload, and his best friend Michael chooses a stable job in advertising. These circumstances force Jonathan to think about the correctness of his chosen path. Andrew Garfield as Larson demonstrates impressive acting, conveying the hero's inner torment and passion. The musical numbers are organically woven into the narrative, reflecting the composer's creative process. Miranda's direction skillfully combines elements of biography and musical, creating an inspiring portrait of an artist in search of recognition. The film received high praise from critics and audiences, with particular praise for Garfield's performance and the musical score. It is recommended for anyone interested in the behind-the-scenes world of theater and who appreciates stories about the pursuit of a dream. Roma is a 2018 black-and-white drama film directed by Alfonso Cuarón, focusing on the life of a middle-class family in Mexico City in the early 1970s. The plot centers on a maid, Cleo, who takes care of her children and home while facing personal and social trials amidst political unrest in the country. The film received critical acclaim for its visual aesthetics and deep immersion into the atmosphere of the period. It has a high score on Rotten Tomatoes and a Metacritic score of 96 out of 100, testifying to its high quality and importance in the world of cinema. Roma became the first Spanish-language film to win the Oscar for Best Director, and also received awards for Best Cinematography and Best Foreign Language Film. The film is a subtle and heartfelt work that reflects the director's personal memories and invites the viewer to reflect on social and family values. The Trial of the Chicago 7 is a 2020 historical drama film written and directed by Aaron Sorkin. The film recreates the events surrounding the trial of 7 activists accused of conspiring to incite a riot during the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. The story centers on the clash of ideals and methods of various protest groups, including Students for Democratic Society leaders Tom Hayden and Rennie Davis, and Youth International Party representatives Abby Hoffman and Jerry Rubin. The trial, presided over by biased Judge Julius Hoffman, exposed deep divisions in American society at the time. The film received critical acclaim for its dynamic script and strong performances. I was impressed by the film's ability to convey the tension and drama of those events, as well as its ability to remind us of the importance of defending democratic values. I recommend it to anyone interested in the history of human rights movements and courtroom dramas.
Against a black man.
Then let the record show that I'm the second.
The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind is a 2019 biographical drama film directed by Chiwetel Ejiofor, based on the memoir of William Kamkwamba. The film tells the story of a young boy in Malawi who, faced with drought and famine in his village, decides to build a windmill to power a water pump in order to save his family and fellow villagers. Despite obstacles, including the inability to attend school due to financial difficulties, William shows perseverance and ingenuity, using knowledge from the school library to realize his project. The film received positive reviews from critics, praising the strong performances and Ejiofor's impressive direction. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an 86% positive review score based on 65 reviews, with an average score of 7.2 out of 10. On Metacritic, it has a score of 68 out of 100 based on 20 reviews. I personally found the film deeply moving in its sincerity and inspiring story of the strength of the human spirit. It reminds us of the importance of education and perseverance in the face of adversity. I recommend it to anyone who appreciates biographical dramas and stories of overcoming. If you are constantly looking for good movies to watch and spend a lot of time on it, then why not leave this matter to me? On this channel, you can find selections of the best movies of different genres. All you need to do is subscribe to my channel and follow the releases of new videos. All Quiet on the Western Front is a 2022 German anti-war film directed by Edward Berger, based on the novel of the same name by Erich Maria Remarque. The film follows 17-year-old Paul Bäumer and his friends who, inspired by patriotic ideals, volunteer to join the army during World War I. However, their romantic notions of war quickly crumble in the face of the brutal reality of trench warfare. The narrative shows how the young soldiers confront the horrors of war, losing friends and their own innocence. The film has received critical acclaim for its powerful depiction of the senselessness of war and impressive cinematography. It has a high score on Rotten Tomatoes, with reviewers praising its brutality and brilliant cinematography. The Guardian described the film as an essential, serious work, played with urgency and focus. The film was deeply moving in its honesty and realistic depiction of the horrors of war. It makes you think about the price paid by young people caught up in conflicts and how war destroys not only bodies but souls as well. I recommend it to anyone interested in military history and who appreciates deep dramatic works. Beasts of No Nation is a 2015 war drama film directed by Cary Fukunaga, based on the novel of the same name by Uzodinma Iweala. The film follows a young boy named Agu, whose life in a West African country is devastated by civil war. After his father dies and he is separated from his family, Agu is forced to join a rebel group led by the charismatic commander, where he is trained to be a soldier. The film is an unvarnished portrayal of the horrors of war through the eyes of a child, touching on themes of loss, survival, and the loss of innocence. The film received critical acclaim for its powerful performances and direction. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds a 91% rating based on 108 reviews, with an average rating of 8/10, with the critical consensus noting its uncompromising yet hopeful portrayal of the human cost of war. Abraham Atta's debut as Agu was highly praised and earned him the Marcello Mastroianni Award at the Venice Film Festival. Idris Elba, who played the commander, was nominated for a Golden Globe and a BAFTA for Best Supporting Actor. Marriage Story is a 2019 drama film directed by Noah Baumbach about the difficult divorce between theater director Charlie and his actress wife Nicole. The film delves deeply into the couple's emotional journey, showing how love and affection collide with the pain of separation. The film received high marks from critics and audiences, On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a 95% rating based on 462 reviews, with an average rating of 8.7 out of 10. The critics' consensus reads, "Watching the dissolution of a union with compassion and sweeping grace, the powerfully acted marriage story ranks among writer-director Noah Baumbach's finest works." The film was nominated for numerous prestigious awards, including 6 Academy Award nominations, and won the award for Best Supporting Actress. Personally, I was impressed by Marriage Story for its honesty and depth in depicting the complexities of family relationships. The film makes you think about the nature of love, compromise, and personal ambition. I recommend it to anyone who appreciates emotionally charged dramas with strong acting.
Together.
Frank Sheeran. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you said it right.
The Irishman is a 2019 American-American crime drama film directed by Martin Scorsese, based on the book I Heard You Paint Houses by Charles Brandt.
Any moving violations?
The film follows the life of Frank Sheeran, a World War II veteran-turned-hitman with close ties to mob boss Russell Bufalino and labor union leader Jimmy Hoffa. The plot spans several decades, showing the evolution of the criminal world and the personal dramas of the characters. The film received critical acclaim for its direction, screenplay, and acting. On Rotten Tomatoes, it holds a 95% rating, based on 462 reviews, with an average rating of 8.7 out of 10. Audiences also praised the film. On IMDb, it has a rating of 7.8 out of 10, based on over 350,000 votes.
Yes, I would.
The film was nominated for many prestigious awards, including 10 Academy Award nominations for Best Picture, Best Director, and 2 nominations for Best Supporting Actor, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci. At the Golden Globes, the film received 5 nominations, including Best Motion Picture, Drama.
It's what it is.
What it is.
I know things they don't.
The Snow Society is a 2023 Spanish-American drama film directed by Juan Antonio Bayona, based on the book by Pablo Vierci. The film tells the true story of the survival of the passengers of Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571, which crashed in the Andes in 1972. Of the 45 people on board, 29 survived the crash but faced extreme conditions at high altitude, forcing them to make difficult decisions to survive. The film received positive reviews from critics, who noted its honest and emotional portrayal of the events. For example, critic Rafer Guzman of Newsday noted, "This is a tough film to watch, but precisely because it honestly depicts a terrifying ordeal." Bayona's direction and Pedro Luque's cinematography convey the harshness and beauty of the Antarctic landscape, heightening the drama of the action. Personally, I was deeply moved by the film's realism and emotional depth. It makes you think about the limits of human endurance and the moral dilemmas that people face in extreme situations. I recommend Snow Society to anyone interested in stories about survival and the strength of the human spirit. These are the films I recommend watching. Each of them is unique in its own way and will definitely not leave you indifferent. If you like this analysis, do not forget to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss new selections. Share your thoughts in the comments. Which films from the list have you already watched, and which are you planning to watch? See you in the next video.